Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art, and I'm here to do my 10 books to finish in 2023. I don't know. There could be 10 here, there could be 9, 11. I'm not really sure. I just grabbed a stack of them, but let's be honest. If I got one done, it would be a shock. When I made this tag originally in 2020, it was during lockdown, so it was a more feasible, I guess, idea at the time to actually think about sitting and completing books, whole books. But it's a little different time now, so I try to do what I can. Anyway, we'll jump right in. This is probably going to be a little long, so get yourself a snack, use the restroom, do whatever you got to do so that you can be comfy, and we'll start right in. So, as I mentioned, Dracula is my favorite coloring book, and my hubby got me this second copy here. Oh no. He got me this second copy, and this one is pristine. There is nothing colored in it, not one thing, and I refuse to let myself color in it until I color every page in this one. So there's many things that I tried in here that I did not like. There's things that I tried that I did like. Wait, no, closer. Oh my gosh, I can't with this. I have to figure out this new phone's zoomy zoom. Yeah, there's things that I tried that I liked, things that I tried that I didn't like. The problem is that I should have wrote them down so that I would remember like which pencils I did and didn't. But I still have a lot of pages to go through and test out. So I'm gonna use, even if it's something that I think may blade through like Inktense, I'm gonna try, because if it doesn't and it works, this paper is like super thick cardboard almost. If it does work, then that'll be great, and I'll know for my my next one. So I'm really going to put an effort into finishing this one. I would love to finish it even before the end of the year so that I could start working on the new one towards Halloween time. But we'll see. Like things like this, this kind of watercolor, I do not know or remember anymore which one it was. You can see it's streaky. And then, not, I don't know, some of my pen, like, so there is, I might have watered down Crayolas and put those as a base layer and then try to go over with crayons, but it just never seemed to give me the effect that I was looking for. I remember those being not polychromos, but polycolor. I forget who makes those, but those were nice. So yeah, I should have took notes. And then I remember ruining entire pages. So moving on. And then when I was flipping through my completed pages, entire completed pages collection, I realized that I have completed one of these before. It is on my channel, the whole flip through. So I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 more, or 4 in total, I forget. So there's no reason why I can't complete another one. These are great fun to just play around in. Not worry about having perfect results. Just make silly fruits. Just enjoy, have a good time, sit in front of your TV and color away. Maybe use up some of your supplies that you because you see there's things that bleed through, like that was super tips coming through there. So it's not a precious book, it's just something to enjoy the process of coloring. So I would like to try and finish another one or get close. So there's that one. This one has been on my list every stinking year that we've done this. This is my Enchanted Forest copy. I love this book. I would say it's probably this one and the Ocean one are my favorite Johanna Basford's. I have a lot of pages done in this. Many pages. Some of them are, you know, whips that are just, it would just be, you know, a couple hours to finish. Some of them are whips that would probably be under an hour to finish. And it just seems silly to keep, I wonder, let's see. It seems silly to keep a book going and never moving forward on it. So you can see where I've had things bleed through and what have you. You know, I'm still going to do those pages, and I'll try my best to cover over the damage, because I do think that I want to keep all my Johanna books, even, you know, when I complete them. I don't know. I doubt these would be the kind of books that I would, I don't know. I change my mind a lot, but I don't know that these would be the kind of books that I would remove the best pages and to put into an album and then throw the rest of it away or put in the recycling or whatever, because these books really, you know, you put a lot into these. These pages take a while. There's a lot of small details, and I like to see, you know, where my ideas started, where they progress to. This one is so ridiculous. Look at that. There's just like a few items left to color on there, and the same with the feathers. So I mean, I've done a lot of the big spreads, not all of them, but quite a few. And then of course there's this monster giant piece in the back that would probably keep me busy for weeks. So I'm gonna make an effort. Whether it happens, I don't know. And then for some easy ones, I just showed you this one in a let's see right here. I just showed you this one in a stuff I've been coloring lately. So this only has 16 pages in it. I've been working on this one at night. It's, you know, it's not going to be much. I probably can finish this one in the month of, by the end of March, I would think. And, you know, even maybe sooner if I work on it every night, because I've done almost half of it already. So I feel bad just always using these skinny tiny ones, because it feels like, you know, you're kind of setting yourself up for an easy time. But it is a book that I'm working in, and it is a book that I want to finish. So I do believe that it counts. And I really like this book, and when I finish it, I'm going to get another stained glass book. I don't know which one. I've been looking online. This one, I have so many pieces and parts put aside to do the mandalas, because what I do is make collages, and you know, here is one of my collages. This one I made when my house was hit by a tornado. And that even looks like my dog that I had. I had 2 dogs that look like that. Both of them are gone now, but I like to, here's just the pages. They're not very hard at all. You can knock these out in a sitting. The only problem with finishing this one in a year is it takes me time to think about the collage part. And I cut out a lot of pieces and put them to the side and then never assemble them. And I really like to do that more in this year, because collaging is one of my favorite, you know, things to do. I just need to get doing it. So I've completed this one to layer on top of. I don't really go to town with any shading or anything, because a lot of it's going to be covered up. If there's anything open, I can always shade on top of that. But I like to have a few done, you know, 2, 3, 4 done ahead of time, so that when I go to put my girls on top of them, they're already ready, and I already have like a color theme in mind. So I did that one. Did I do 2 or did I do 3? Come on, you can walk on this. Come on. Come on. No? Okay. I did this one as well. I think these are pretty colors together. So, yeah. So I've got 3 done. To go ahead and collage over, and I don't know how many is in here. This is Mindful Mandalas by Jane Snedden Peeber, and it looks like maybe 50 or so, and she's named them all. Whoops, can you see that? There we go. She's named them. So yeah, that's on the plan. And then I'm gonna have to back you up. I hope I'm not making you nauseous. A little to fit this one in. One of my very favorite coloring books of all time. One of them, I'm gonna miss this coloring book so bad when it's gone that I've been trying to find like other similar ones. This one is Color by Number Masterpieces. Let me know if you know of any other coloring. Like, I love to color famous artworks. I want them to be one-sided though, single-sided. So I just love this book so much, and I got this book at Ollie's. Let's see, it says $4.99. When did I get it? Sometimes I write the date on there, but I didn't. Right, pretty close to the beginning of when I started having a channel and everything. I don't know, there's just something about this book that I love. I mean, I completely ignored many of the color suggestions on here, but I mean, I came in with like some super glittery pens, and I love the mixed media of it. His face has, it has paint, but it also has either oil pastel or crayon. I can't remember. I, added dots to it to give it some, I just love this book. And then I paint out the frames. This one, I gave it a really light, my goodness, Crayola crayon, Crayola pencil. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, I just did it really lightly. And then, because I was giving it the base, and then I was going to come back and I was like, I don't know. I kind of just like it. It's like, it looks like it was worn over time. So, yeah, I have quite a few. Here is Gustav Klimt, The Kiss. We have Ophelia in the Water. Some of them are not done. They just have the layers of marker. Some of them I've ignored the colors and did what I want. Other ones I used the best that I could get close to. Paint pen around the edges. Some of them have tape. Let me see. Some of them have these awful marker lines from Crayola Super Tips, so I might go back in with something else. They're just, I don't know, I just love this book so much. This was the first one I did, and it's kind of, I think I messed up her face a little bit or whatever, or did the wrong colors. Some of them bled. It was watercolor pencils, and then I just started to like the whole mushy look of it so much, so I left her as she was. So this was in November of 17. So yeah, this is one of the first books that I got, and it's like every time I pick it up, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting closer to finishing it, so I get sad, but I just love this book. Maybe I'll just get another copy and do it different or something. There's the ballet, and some of them are landscape and some of them are portraits. And the paper is nice and thick. So I think this is Christopher Columbus's portrait. They're all in various stages of completion. Some of them do not have the second layer of anything on. Some of them are done. Some of them I add backgrounds to that weren't supposed to be there. I just love this book. I can't say enough about it. Here we have a Van Gogh flowers. The Mona Lisa. Now you see I was starting to go in and color her hair, and then I stopped, and it's like, now I kind of like the weird crayon look to it. I don't know. One of the first ones I did as well, and I kind of let the stuff, I used markers that were not waterproof, and then used paint around it and kind of let it all bleed together. And there's just something cool about it, making them look different than the you know, the famous things that we're used to seeing in our whole lives long in one way or another. We've seen them. We've seen commercials with copies of them. We've seen logos use them. We've seen a lot of it. We just don't really realize it, I think. But yeah, so that's this one of my fave books. Definitely in my top 10 faves. You guys have known I have been talking about finishing Star Wars forever and a day as a tribute to my brother. I have flipped through this a million times. I will not bore you again. I counted not too long ago, and I think I have, this is 100 pages. I think I have 40 left, something like that. But yeah, this like that side of the book is still left. I was kind of trying to go in order. I have to be in the mood to do this one, and then when I'm in the mood, I will knock out a few at a time. So I just got to leave it out and put it in the rotations to get some more of them done. I know it doesn't look like I have that many done, but they're mixed in. And then I'm going to, you know, as I mentioned, I'm going to put song lyrics. My brother was a musician. I have tons and tons of his recordings, and I'd like to add some of his own lyrics in here, some pictures, just different things like that. So I will work on this more this year. Will I finish it? I don't know. This one, Relax in Color, I showed this one recently as well, but if you guys didn't watch my whole book finished pages videos, then I will quickly page through this one. This is a Color by Number magazine that I just randomly hang on a second, my phone is ringing, but it's an unidentified. It's a UFO. What do you guys think of all those UFOs going on? If that paused, I can't tell if it paused. If that paused, was getting a phone call. It was an unidentified number. Anyway, so I don't remember where I was or why I picked this magazine up. I might have been away somewhere on vacation and didn't have books with me, but yeah, I got pretty far. Mine don't look as nice as some of y'all's look, because I don't have like the Ohuhu million color set of markers or whatever. I just have what I have. So here's where I stopped, and I just have this tiny bit to go. So yay, yay, yay. Okay, now this one is definitely not going to be finished because it's not even started. I think I have one page done. I have one page done. This is the Modernist, for Modern Coloring Zen Modernist for the Stressed Out by Jennifer Zimmerman. I don't know why that name sounds so familiar. Can somebody please tell me who Jennifer Zimmerman is? Is it someone that has a coloring channel? Because I just can't picture like the name and the face. So this is you know, a lot of people is not their thing, just all this geometric shapes. But I have plans to, you know, try to experiment in different ways with shapes, adding a lot of layers and textures. For example, like taking the whole page, say this page, taking this whole page and watercoloring it. Okay, and then coming back over and adding a layer of something else, pencil, we'll say, and then adding a layer of marker or acrylic paint or send doodling. Like I want to just see, you know, build up and see how cool I can make it look. But I didn't want to do that in coloring books that we know and love, because those ones, you know, like say Enchanted Forest, for example, you don't want to block out what the actual picture is that you're supposed to be looking at. But for these, I think this is a perfect kind of a book to experiment. Like, wouldn't it be cool to draw a bunch of eyes in there? You know, that kind of thing. So I want to do more of that this year. This will definitely not be finished in 1 year, but it does have a lot of pages, so I can go to town. I should have bought a drink in here. I do have a drink. Excuse me 1 second, you guys. I'm getting a little thirsty. Diet Coke, in case you're wondering. Diet Coke. Okay. Now we have Mulga, and Sonia said to me, "Well, you just finished Mulga." I think she said that to me last year. Just finish it. I know. It's just, you know, I'm scatterbrained. I don't know what to tell you. This is why I do art and color, to try to focus, because I am just naturally scatterbrained. So I start 50 million things at one time. They say that's ADD. I don't know if it is. I've never been tested, but I heard nobody can get their medication anyway because there's a shortage. So I don't even want to know if I have this problem. I'll just go along like I am. But anyway, I have been going back and doing some backgrounds in preparation to finish this book. I have been going back and doing some backgrounds in the pages that I have already finished. Not, you know, not all of them, of course, but some of them. This is one of my favorite pictures in this book. I think this book is way, way cool. This is the one that Sonia and I did a buddy color to. I loved the way the crayons look, because this is just such a silly, it's such a fun, silly book anyway, that it's hard to, you know, I mean, I guess you could sit down and make these into beautiful portraits or whatever if you want to, but it's just fun to do fun things, I guess. So yeah, excuse me. So I've been adding backgrounds to the ones that I have already gotten done. And then I have done a few more recently. I think I finished these elephants. They were halfway done. I just need to shade him if I feel like it. If I don't, I might just come in with some glitter here and there, do the back, and be done. I'm pretty sure I just did the background on this not too long ago. I did this guy. I think he is so cute. Don't you just want to squeeze him, this little blue koala? I do. I finished this guy here. He is a very, very handsome man. Just ask him. So I started these two. Like, I had done this one last year in May, and then I wanted to make this, you know, a blown up version of this, but I didn't feel like doing all of that marker work, so I am doing it in watercolors, and then I'll go back with pencils, and they won't match exactly the same, but they'll be close enough. I still have my chickens to do, and some more monkeys. Well, I did his hat. I still have these guys. So Sonia, if you're watching this, pick a page that you might want to do. This one I have plans for, because this one says Carpe Diem, and this one's going to say Carpe Noctem. So not that one, but any of the other ones. I did a background on him. One of my other kind of favorite color combinations. They just pop on this, in this book. Him I have to revamp a little bit. Him I'm still working on the background. So I mean, I am working on this book. I did finish the what you call it, seahorses. Now I just need to, you know, do the bubbles and the background. These two guys, there has to be something funny, because they're like twins, but they're like side-eyeing each other. So there has to be something funny about that page that I haven't thought of yet. I kind of dread doing these, this million giraffes. The peacocks, I like coloring peacocks, but I will probably kind of just do a wash of color over this, because these are very small. And I don't know that I feel like doing that. I finally need to put my glazing stuff on his eyes to make him look like he's really crying. Need a background for him and him. I started working on, because I had done this bird and then never even wrote down what I used. So I've been trying to mimic it on that side the best that I can. And I think it's coming out all right. If it's not perfect, that's fine, because, oh well. But yeah, so I really have tried to get going in here. Let's see. This one, I think this one's my fave. I love this picture so much. And we have Hipster Elvis. I just don't want to mess up Hipster Elvis. So I have to think about Hipster Elvis. I know I want to give him like blue hair, like dark blue, you know, because his hair was so blue that it almost looks, or so black that it almost looks blue. So I know I want to do that. These should be, this one particularly should be pretty quick, because you can use markers, and it's a lot of it's already blacked in. So yeah, I don't have that much to go. I mean, half maybe. So there's Mulga. And then last but not least, I was going in real strong. Sorry, have you been crooked this whole time? I was going in really strong with this one when I first got sick. I was going in super strong with this one, and I was just like doing a lot of painting to it. So I painted a lot of these pages using just different, you know, paints that I had laying around. My intention was that I was going to take this book traveling with me in June to go home. And then all I would do was need to, once I had the book all underpainted, I would just need to bring maybe no pencils. I have to ask my daughter what kind of pencil she has. But, you know, a very small amount of supplies. And then I would have something to do while I was at home, you know, for times when we weren't out or whatever. So I did a lot of, I'm saying I did a lot of painting and showing you all blank pages. I did really do a lot of painting. So yeah. But the more that I look at them, the more that I'm like, I want to color them now. So you never know. I might just go ahead and start doing it now. And if I finish too many of them before I travel, if I even travel, because I don't know, there's just weirdness afoot, guys. Weirdness afoot. This is using some oil pastels in the background. I didn't blend them out that much yet because I didn't have my blending stump. Oh, Susie asked me to do a video on using oil pastels in backgrounds. So I will do that. I will do that. Anyway, so yeah, I did do quite a few of these. I really like this book a lot. This one, you know, I did a very light painting so that I could come in with whatever colors of brown, beige, and gray that I wanted. I did color her in with pencils because I just felt like it. I think my plan was going to be to take my Twistables so that I didn't have to, you know, have to worry about sharpening or anything, but I'm not sure if I'm going to even bring that much with me because my daughter, if I decide to stay with my youngest daughter, I'm sure she has many colored pencils because she is her mother's child, so I might not have to. And I guess if worse comes to worse, you know, you can always just go grab you a small set of Crayola. Because when you're traveling on those budget flights and you have, the only thing you can bring with you is the bag that fits in front of your seat. Like, you think, oh, that's no big deal, right? But when you start packing your stuff, you're like, wow, just my chargers, you know, take up a good portion of a bag. Yeah, fun times. And then I watch a lot of videos on how to not cheat the system, but how to get the most out of it. Like, people take neck pillows and they unstuff the neck pillow and stuff in, like, you know, their underwear and socks and stuff like that. So here's a big one. That was a lot of green going on there. Flowers, some dragons. But yeah, I mean, this was a really fun experiment or experience for me to just night after night paint these images and then figure out later on how I want to color over them, because it got a lot done. Because, you know, usually, you know, you would paint something, then you would add your details with your pencils or your glitter or your whatever you're using, you know, and then it would be done. And like, that whole process takes a night or a night and a half or whatever. And this, I was just knocking out sometimes 2 of them, 3 of them a night, just laying in my bed feeling crappy. So highly recommend pre-painting. This one I did for my cousin, who has been passed a few years now, I think since 2016, maybe 2017. I just know she would like this one. Excuse me. This one is gonna be my hubby's name because, you know, we're married and he gave me a diamond. He gave me more than one diamond. We've been married a long time, so that's why. He doesn't just give them out. And this one, see, I told you I painted a lot of them. Did you think I was fibbing? I really wasn't. And then this one I think I used a little bit of, I used some fine liners because I didn't think pencils would get into those roses so well. So I just went ahead and did it with that. And that's it, you guys. That is my 10 books to attempt to finish this year. I'm so glad that this tag took off and is still going on. And I thank everybody that has ever done a video about it. Even though my original tag was 10 books to finish someday, it got morphed into 10 books to finish this year. You girls are a lot more ambitious than I am, so kudos to you. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too long for you. If it was, let me know, and I will try to break my videos into shorter amounts. But since I got this new phone, it can record longer. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.